what was the name of the person who took that?
Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson. What was his wife's name?
Mrs.
Name Joan. Jane Thompson. Mr. Thompson was what profession? He was a weaver. All these minute details, who is a weaver? A person who makes or repairs wooden wheels. So, Mr. Joe Thompson was a weaver. So now they are going to the spot, they go to the house, and what are the people get that you should remember? What are the people get for them? Old clothes, right? Bed sheets, we get for family. Then what happens? Where to take? Who is going to take back? So initially, what happens? Nobody takes.
Because she was having a spine problem.
Yes.
Yes,
She is bedridden. She's bedridden. Nobody could have been of any use. She would not have been of any use. No. So she would have not been of any use. So that's an open problem. And they were leaving her in the night. It was getting dark, so they were just going to go. And what was the suggestion of where to keep her? Then Joe thinks that no, I want to go. What happens when he goes to the house?
His wife was not ready for it.
She says, what is it? Where are you? What are you going to do? Does he ask her?
No, he was not.
He was silent. So he should want to
Silent.
She was in his arms. And she told her, right as she told her, she's not scared. She said, what? Without a draft or means we used to hear in this para, we are talking about how we like children, how they want to be very strong and sturdy. But from his heart, he was loved. So he liked it. कौन बोला था? तूने खुद ने लाया नहीं है इसलिए अभी अपना स्टोरी क्रिएट कर रहा है. सब लाया. I'm doing good. First, I'm doing this with your today little manual, and then active passives. Homework was that time but also that. No, join not only buttons. This means that just give me 2-3 minutes. Kenan is of your class only, but he was not there for classes, and he has his exam. She was not a woman of faith. She was really a girl. Who was he referring to? Mrs. Jane Thompson. And what other thing you want to in the meantime, you are living your textbooks out. Okay, so you are the poet is modeling only as a part of it comes across a host of golden many activities. Therefore, they are beside the day. And they were very interesting. And below that, that is water looking at the clouds that floats by over waves and waves. How a cloud floats high over valleys and over water. When all at once and so you are number one. My engineering design we do it. Now the baby is Actually, no homework. You have done? Yes. Two and three. If I forget again, then I will bring three. But for y'all, I had not promised, but for her, I had committed. So if I visit the written commitment, rest of your life is in October, and it's like then I'll give it. So who has done the homework? Raise your hand. Stand up those who have done the homework. Join using not only buttons. And I've also got the book. ये मत बोलना कि मैंने book भूल गया लाने को मैंने किया. You're standing or sitting? Red shirt. Why were you trying to stand? He's not done? You've done? बाकी है तो बैठ जाओ. Means it's not done. Done 100%. Yes. Those like that. Down, but you have written. You should have written at least. Oh. Last one. What's again? Because of a genuine doubt. Rest of you all what? Who's saying action? Absent, listen, absent is no excuse. We have classes once a week. If you don't come, you should find out no, what has been done, what homework has been given. Take it from your friends. Absent is not an accepted excuse. Why the rest of you didn't do it? You are also absent. This girl, new. And first they exempted. Both are exempted. Rest of you, stand up. Those who are standing. You done? You done? Yes. Rest of you are where? So find out, no? What is being done? I didn't come. What did ma'am do in class? What homework did she give? You should find out. There's the paper. Next time, do it immediately after you all go home, the same day. You all will think I'll do it later and then you will forget it. And if this continues, no, then every day I'll first check. जिन्होंने homework किया उनको ही entry मिलेगी. Okay? So now, next time one will see that your homework is done. And good, those who did it, I appreciate. I appreciate it that you all did it. Thanks. Yes. Yes, Miss One होता है. Now you go. Now you go. Cheating. Not cheating. आपको good है. नहीं लगता. Mix भी लगा है. Good कसं है? Okay. So we start with the little match girl. You have not done it in school? No. It's a very beautiful story. How many of you know what it is about? Little match girl. Only two of you are.
Is it about the needle breaks and all?
No, that is the little match girl is about this. अरे क्या थी अभी?
Pressure drop नहीं ला.
कुछ भी मत था. Why are you getting your books? Now next week onwards you're going to have 3 hours. Make sure you bring your pressure stroke, bring your MOB and your the grammar book that I have told you, Total English. Bring that and your notebook. Okay? No, you'll have breaks in between, maybe 15 minutes break you'll have after 1 hour, 1.5 hours. This story now, Little Match Girl, is about this girl who is very poor. Close the books. Close all your books. Yes, coach me. What deep thoughts, some tension, some worries, something troubling you, somebody harassing you. क्या हो रहा है? Shall we start? Shall I go and have your full focus, concentration, this side? Okay. So the story, this little match girl, is about this girl. She sells matches. She's very poor. No? And I won't tell you the entire story, so there's something left for you to think. So it's about her where she's out trying to sell matches. And which day is it? It is the last day of New Year. I mean of the old year. Like it's 31st December. Okay? It's New Year's Eve. And it's very cold, it's snowing, and this poor girl is out selling matches. She's not able to sell any matches. She's feeling cold. She doesn't have anything on her head to keep herself warm, no warm clothes. Even her slippers that she was wearing are lost because they were her mother's. So they were oversized, they were big for her. And while she was trying to run, while she was crossing the road, there were some carriages approaching her at full speed. And so to escape from those carriages, she tries to run and she loses those slippers also. Okay, वो नहीं मिलता है, एक लड़का ले लेता है, उसको कुछ चिढ़ाता है और कहता है. So basically now she is bareheaded, she is also bare feet. Nobody has even given her a single penny. She's not been able to earn. So what would one do? One would say, okay, let me go back home, right? कुछ बिक नहीं रहा है, ठंडी भी है, भूख भी लग रहा है, so why not go home? But she doesn't go home also. Why she doesn't go home? Hey! Attention here, I want full. तुम लोग दोनों किधर? तू उठ जा इधर से, इधर आ जा. नहीं, इधर आ, इधर आ, इधर नहीं आए ध्यान दे, मैं पूछने वाली हूँ. You see from mine. Okay. So now she wants to go home, but she doesn't go home. Why? There are two reasons for that. Number one, she is scared of her father. Her father is very strict. Her father, she says, will beat her up when she reaches home. Beat her up, why? Because she's not been able to sell any matches. She's not been able to earn money. So she doesn't go home. And the second thing is, पीछे कौन explain कर रहा है कुछ? आगे देख. The second thing is her house, the roof. So the second reason is that the house is very cold. The roof of the house, it has holes in it. Okay? Although the bigger holes, the cracks, they have been with straw and rags, but then still there's cold wind that blows through it, so she cannot even go home. Now what she does, she sits in one corner formed by two houses, okay, where it would give her a little bit of warmth at least. But she still keeps feeling cold. Now what she does, she lights a match, the first match. So when she lights the match, she starts getting some hallucinations. Okay? She imagines things. Basically what she imagines, like she lights first match, second match, third and fourth. And in each of these matches when she lights, she imagines a particular thing. Okay, what she imagines we'll do. Now, one thing you understand that what are the things that you imagine of or dream of? Something that you don't get, right? So she imagines things like food. She imagines a stove, okay, something that would keep her warm because she's feeling cold. Food because she's hungry. And you can imagine the sad plight of this girl that everyone is in their houses celebrating. They're making good food. How we do in during New Year's or during Diwali or any important festival, Christmas or anything like that, Eid. We make all sorts of good food and delicacies. We wear new clothes. So that's how the people are inside, celebrating inside their houses, and this little girl is out on the streets all alone. So she imagines things that she wants. Okay. Now, finally, the last match, the fourth match that she likes, she sees her grandmother. Her grandmother is dead. She's no longer with her. But her grandmother was the only one who had given her true love. Okay? Who had given her love. Otherwise, nobody else loved her. Her father is very mean with her. So now what happens? Every time the light of the match goes off, no, whatever she's seeing disappears. Now, does she want her grandmother to disappear? No, she wants her grandmother. So she lights all the matches. That if this also goes off, grandmother, you will also disappear. So then she lights all the matches, and finally the end is that the grandmother takes her up in her arms and takes her with her up to heaven. In the sense, this little girl, she dies. And next morning, okay, the saddest part of it. Now, the next morning when people, I mean, this is a really very tragic story. The next morning when people see her dead, she is dead with a smile on her lips. Means what? वो last का जो उसका imagination था, she was happy with that. She was smiling. Means she preferred to die rather than live on this earth. Hmm. So this story talks a lot about empathy. You know what is empathy? Empathy, to have pity, to do something for the poor whom we don't think of. Okay? So people are all very selfish in their own world. But then on the other hand, there was this little girl who was alone, without money, without love, and dead and gone. A story for you. First, I'm reading this intro, page 87. Hans Christian Andersen was a Danish writer, best known for his fairy tales. However, his stories are not restricted to children alone and have themes of universal appeal that transcend age and culture. Transcend means go beyond age and culture. Andersen had a very unhappy childhood, and much of his stories reflect this sadness, dealing with loss and death. Even the story deals with the same thing. That the child is sad, the child is unhappy, and has had a lot of losses in life. The Little Match Girl is one such. Set around Christmas, the story tells of a little girl who, unable to sell her matchsticks, dies of cold and hunger on the street, even as people celebrating the birth of Christ, of the Christ child inside their people are celebrating the birth of Christ child inside their warm, cozy homes. The tale is rich in irony, imagery, and symbols, emphasizing the need for compassion, sympathy, empathy, pity for those who have so much less than we. Keep your pencils in your hand in case you want to write something or mark. borrowing pencil. Pouches भी होगा वो भी पढ़ जाते हैं. How many of you have your pouches? Girls all have, no? Yes, I'm sure all girls. Girls, put your hands down. I know you. Amongst the boys who have your pouches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. You have 6, 7, 8 pouches. Rest of you, keep it in your bags. Just don't dump. Pockets. Daddy pouches, no? एक pouch लेने को क्या करता है? तो हंट क्यों कर रहा था? पेंसिल पूछ के रहा था किसी से? नहीं रहा था. Show me your pouch. Show me your pouch. Show me बोलना है मेरे को है मेरे पास. कितना तुम लोग झूठ बोलेंगे? आपने बोला है. Every time it happens like that in your mouth. झूठ. Total झूठ. बराबर ना? Same as this mobile. Your pouch. इसके बाद क्या होगा? हाँ बस. चलो आगे बढ़ते. So it was bitterly cold. Snow was falling and darkness was gathering, for it was the last evening of the old year. It was New Year's Eve, so it was 31st December. No distractions, now full attention. Dismiss. In the cold and gloom underline and write sadness. Sadness, dullness. Sadness or dullness. In the cold and gloom, a poor little girl walked bareheaded and barefoot through the streets. She had been wearing slippers, it is true, when she left home, but what good were they? They had been her mother's, so you can imagine how big they were. The little girl had lost them as she ran across the street to escape from 2 carriages that were being driven terribly fast. Carriages are those horse carts, okay, horse carriages. They were being driven very fast towards her, and she was trying to cross the road, so she ran and the slippers she lost. One slipper could not be found, and a boy had run off with the other, saying that it would come in very handy as a cradle someday when he had children of his own. Means what? That boy was making fun of her. Cradle is what? Cradle is a chula. Okay? Because they were so big in size. So again, see here, this shows lack of empathy. He didn't care for her. He made fun of her and he took that slipper also off. So the girl walked about the streets on her naked feet, which were red and blue with the cold. In her old apron, she carried a great many matches. So she was having a lot of matches in the apron that she wore. She had a packet of them in her hand as well. Now everything is important. It's important for you to study everything minutely because of MCQs. Okay? So she was holding a packet of matches in her hand, and she had several more of them in her apron. Nobody had bought any from her, and no one had given her a single penny all day. So she had not been able to sell the matches, nor had anyone taken pity on her and even given her a penny. She crept along shivering and hungry, the picture of misery, poor little thing. So her condition was so sad, so so bad that she was all alone in the cold without any money, not being able to sell her matches. The snowflakes fell on her long golden hair, which curled so prettily about her neck, but she did not think of her appearance now, right? In such a state, is she going to think of her appearance? No. Lights were shining in every window, and there was the glorious smell of rose blues in the street because people were making all these delicacies at home. So that aroma was across the street, she could feel as well. What this was New Year's Eve, and she could not think of anything else. Right? So the girl was cold, she was hungry. She huddled down in a heap in a corner formed by two houses, one of which projected further out into the street than the other. Means what? In a heap. Heap is a bundle. She was feeling cold, no? What corner was formed? Imagine having think of those bungalows kind of houses, row houses. You have one house which is here and the other one which is a little behind, like this. So this corner will be formed here, no? She wanted a place where she would be a little warmer than the open. So she sat in that corner, formed by two houses. What is it given? She sat in a corner formed by two houses, one of which projected ahead, further than the other. So if there are two houses, this one is projecting further. So there is this corner for her. Okay? Yeah, elder. She sat over there. But though she tucked her little legs up under her, she felt colder and colder because she was still out in the open. So despite tucking her legs inside to keep herself warm, she still kept feeling colder and colder. She did not dare to go home, for she had sold no matches and earned not a single penny. Her father would be sure to beat her. And besides, it was so cold at home, for they had nothing but the roof above them, and the wind whistled through that, even though the largest cracks were stuffed with straw and rats. So you're getting it? See the line, she did not dare to go home, and then there are two reasons for not going home. Father and she had not sold a single penny, so father would beat her. And the second reason was that, yes, the bad condition of the house. What was wrong with the house? Yes, even though the
cracks were filled with straws and rats.
straws and rats. Now this also you need to remember, straw and rats. Because in your MCQs, you might get one option as straws and rats, and the other option you might get straw and cloth. Which one will you write?
Straw and rats.
Straw and rats. It's so minute. Her thin hands were almost numb with cold. Numb means without any sensation. If only she dared pull just one match from the packet, strike it on the wall, and warm her fingers. Now, next para, you write one over there, okay, on the side. So this is the first match. On the side, write one. She pulled one out. Okay, pay attention. Scratch. How it spluttered and burned. Spluttering means what? When you light a match first, the flame goes like this, no? That's the spluttering. How it spluttered and burned. It had a warm, bright flame, like a tiny candle, when she held her hand over it. But what a strange light. It seemed to the little girl as if, now this is the first vision, huh? As if she were sitting in front, underline this part, she were sitting in front of a great iron stove with polished brass knobs and brass ornaments. Okay. Secondly, you see it's written over there she were sitting. Why is it written she were sitting and not she was sitting?
He was taking imagination.
Imagination. So anything that is not real and is imaginary, you will use the word were and not was. Like today it's Friday, right? So if you're saying that I wish it, you want it to be a Sunday, what will you say? I wish it were a Sunday. You won't say I wish it was a Sunday. Something that is hypothetical, you use were. So what did she imagine now? That she was sitting in front of a great iron stove with polished brass knobs and brass ornaments. The fire burned so beautifully and gave out. You sit away. So, ध्यान दे पीछे देखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है तेरे को. So, the fire burned so beautifully and gave out such a lovely warmth. Oh, how wonderful that was! The child had already stretched her feet to warm them too, when out went the flame. The stove vanished, and there she sat with the burnt match in her hand. So, first vision, what did she see? Exact words. Brass, iron, the great iron stove with
Polished
brass and brass ornaments. So this was the first match. You need to remember first match. What did she see? Second match what? Third what? Fourth what? Okay. So this is now the second. So write number 2 over there. Next paragraph. Second, she struck another. This is the second match. It burned clearly, and there the light fell upon the wall. Why wall? Because she was sitting near, adjacent to that wall of the house. So, and there the light fell upon the wall. The bricks became transparent, like gauze. Gauze is like a mesh, a net type thing, transparent. She could see right into the room, where a shining white cloth, underline this all, what she sees, where a shining white cloth was spread on the table. It was covered with beautiful china. China means crockery. Chinaware. And in the center of it, okay, in the center of the table stood a roast goose stuffed with prunes and apples. There are some kind of olive type things which are stuffed in. Okay, they were the fruits. So there was a roast goose stuffed with prunes and apples. And what was even more wonderful was that the goose hopped down from the dish, waddled across the floor. Waddle means it came walking across the floor towards her. That was her imagination, remember, it's not really happening. Waddled across the floor with carving knife and fork in its back. Okay? Waddled straight up to the poor child. Then out went the match. So the moment the goose had reached her, before that the match went off. And nothing could be seen but the thick, cold water. Who will tell what she saw at the second match? When she did the second match. Exact I wonder what she saw.
When she struck the second match, she saw a white cloth spread on.
First, what happened? The wall. The wall turned transparent just like.
Yeah, the wall turned transparent like gauze. Then she saw a white cloth spread on the table.
Shining white.
With some beautiful china. with the roasted
In
goose.
the center.
Roasted goose in the center, stuffed with prunes and apples.
Yes. Then what did she see after seeing the table, the china, and the roast goose? What happened? One by one, please. Yeah, you tell. What happened after that meal? Good seeing. Now are you reading then when I'm reading only you should pay full attention to it. Remember, you won't have a problem.
After that, she saw the roasted goose and
Yes, it matters towards the roast goose is with fork and carving knife on its back. And it goes it jumps and rattles towards her. Then again the match goes on. What was the first? What is the
Bricks between transparent.
No, first match, what did you see? Now write number 3. This is the third match. She struck वो rocket नहीं चला रही है, match चला रही है. She struck another match, and suddenly she was sitting under the most beautiful Christmas tree. Underline, huh? This was much larger and much lovelier than the one she had seen last year through the glass doors of the rich merchant's house. So what does she see in the third match? A huge Christmas tree, which is much more beautiful than what she had seen through the glass doors of the rich merchant's house. Last year. 1,000 candles lit up the green branches. Now, how the Christmas tree was decorated? 1,000 candles, okay, candles, not lights, candles lit up the green branches, and gaily colored balls like those in the shop windows looked down upon her. Gaily colored means beautifully colored with vibrant colors. What? The candles lit up the green. Lit up the green? What? The green tree? What happened to love? What happened? The little girl reached forward with both hands, then out went the match. So what did she see? The third match?
She was sitting in the most beautiful place.
Which was? Why specifically candles? Because those candles go up. It's said in the next part. So it's specifically candles, not that. Huh? So the candles and gaily colored balls and this was more beautiful than the
Tree she saw last year at the last concert from the glass windows.
through the glass windows of the
Which was
there. So now the match went off. Now what happens after the match goes off? The third match. The many candles on the Christmas tree rose higher and higher through the air. And she saw that they had now turned into bright stars. Okay? So those candles which are on the Christmas tree rise up in the sky and they turn to stars. One of them fell, streaking the sky with light, the shooting star. Okay, then one of them streaks the sky with light. Now someone is dying, said the little girl, or her old grandmother, the only one who had ever been good to her. Underline this. The only one who had ever been good to her. So this girl had got no love at all in her life, except from this one grandmother who was no longer alive also. Okay, so what had that grandmother said, but who was now dead, had said, underline, Whenever a star falls, a soul goes up to earth. What had the grandmother said? Whenever a star falls, she saw that falling star, no? So the grandmother had said, whenever you see a falling star, it means somebody is going to die. So that's why she feels that now someone is going to die. Who's the one who's going to die? Who's grandmother? Think was अपने. Pay attention.
They supply.
Now, right, number 4. Number 4, the fourth match. She struck another match on the wall. Once more, there was light, and in the glow stood her old grandmother. Yes, 4 in the. This is the fourth match. So stood her old grandmother, oh, so bright and shining, and looking so gentle, kind, and loving. Granny, cried the little girl, oh, take me with you. See, what do these lines tell? She knows her granny is there. She wants to that. She wants to. I know you will disappear when the match is burnt out. No jokes, हाँ? Unnecessary का क्या jokes? हम लोग के साथ भी share करो फिर. Yeah, and I don't think इसमें कुछ story को कुछ ऐसे हंसने लायक भी है. I don't know what you're laughing at. So tell us also, no, if it's something worth laughing. About you're interested in saying something. So, oh, take me with you. You also see her. You don't look at them and laugh. You know what they're talking about? What did you say?
Me too.
Singer, he's showing her eyes. His eyes are popping out of his sockets. First he'll say and then he'll say, don't say. Then you only don't say, na? You don't want people to repeat what you say. Okay. So, oh, take me with you. I know you will disappear when the match is burnt out. You will vanish like the warm stove, the lovely rose juice, and the great, glorious Christmas tree. So she didn't mind those other things disappearing, but here now she doesn't want her grandmother to disappear. Now what she does in an act of desperation, then she quickly struck all the rest of the matches she had in the packet, for she did so want to keep her grandmother with her. She was so desperate to keep her grandmother and not let her go that what does she do? She lights all the other matches that were in the packet. Which packet? The packet that was in her hand. Then she quickly struck all the rest of the matches she had in the packet, but she did so want to keep. Did so want to keep means she so badly wanted to keep her grandmother. Now, the matches flared up with such a blaze that it was brighter than broad daylight, and her own grandmother had never seen so beautiful or so stately before. Stately, write down elegant. Okay, in that light, her grandmother, never looked so beautiful or so stately as before. Elegant. Who's sharing the books here? Who doesn't have a book? Two side में just देखो देखने की जरूरत नहीं, तो सुन, listen and pay attention. Okay? Because anyway you are talking over. So it's better you stay away and focus full attention. And why haven't you got the textbook? Next time it just continues with your and especially with you people. I'm going to straight away have your parents called up. I'll tell ma'am over there at the reception to call up your parents. Books भी नहीं ला रहे और ध्यान भी नहीं दे रहे. इसको इधर बिठाया तो ध्यान तो दे रहा है. But that doesn't mean you don't bring the book next time. देखो मेरे को ये स्पेशल प्लेस चाहिए क्या बैठने का? So stately before. Stately, what did you write? Elegant. She never looked so beautiful. So she took the little girl in her arms and flew with her high up. Oh, so high towards glory and joy. So what did grandmother do? She took the match girl, the girl in her arms and took her up with herself to heaven. Now they knew neither cold, nor hunger, nor fear, for they were both with God. So these are the things that she experienced on earth, right? Cold when she was out bareheaded, barefoot. House was cold. Hunger, she was hungry. She imagined seeing the roast goose. Fear of her father. So all the things, the problems that she was facing, she saw in her visions. And now they were both sick. Now the next morning, okay, now it is the 31st night has gone and the first morning has arrived. First January. But in the cold dawn, in the corner formed by the two houses, sat the little girl with rosy cheeks and smiling lips. So underline this. Smiling lips special. Rosy cheeks is okay, but smiling lips, dead. Frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. The dawn of the new year rose. Dawn of the new year means the morning the sun rose. The dawn of the new year rose on the huddled figure of the girl. She was holding the packets, the matches, and half a packet had been burnt. She was, now what do the people look at her and say? She was evidently trying to warm herself. Evidently means it looks obvious that she was, yes, because there were some matches in her hand and some must have been, the burnt ones must have fallen there. So she was evidently trying to warm herself, people said. But no one knew what beautiful visions she had seen and in what a blaze of glory she had entered with her dear old grandmother into the heavenly joy and gladness of the new year.
What is meant now?
Huddled is when you're sitting kind of packed together. If you're feeling cold, how will you sit? Your body will be tightly closed together. That is huddled. In this space here, empty space, write down. Contrasts highlighted in the story. Contrasts highlighted in the story. Those who don't have the textbook and write in their notebook. जो मेरे सामने अभी बैठा है तो लिखना ही पड़ेगा. लिखना. क्यों नहीं लाया? First write down. Indifference of father. Indifference of father. INDIFFERENCE. You're not writing it. उसके लिए नोटबुक में लिख या अपने टेक्स्ट बुक में लिखो उसको नोटबुक में लिख लीजिए. You give him a stick book back. You write in your notebook.
Sir, आयो की तो
Indifference of father and love of her grandmother. Indifference of father and love of her grandmother. So in what way is this contrasting? What contrast here?
Father was very mean to her, whereas her grandmother was very kind and compassionate.
Yes. But there's nothing mentioned about the mother. Probably she wasn't there, but we can't say anything. There's no mention. Second, write down. poverty, you are supposed to write. You are not supposed to dictate to him. You are supposed to write. Right. निकाल बायो बुक तो बायो बुक जिसमें भी लिखना है लिख. Poverty in brackets write her condition. Poverty in brackets her condition and wealth in brackets of people. So how will you contrast these two? Contrast, how are they opposite to each other in the story? What do you see? Poverty, on one hand you see the poverty and on the other hand you see the wealth. She is out in the open, homeless, hungry, and there are people. Huh? Yes, they have a shelter, they are celebrating. Second, third one. Life in brackets, which was miserable, life which was miserable, and death which she preferred. So in what way are these two contrasted?
So much that she preferred death.
Yes. Correct. Her life was so miserable that she preferred dying than living. And somewhere you write be empathetic. 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 Take a break 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes for break. Take it now till 7:30 and then we do didactic passage. No, it's fine. Yes, right. Okay.
आपने बोला था
Don't worry, I'm not eating up into your 5 minutes. He is eating into my 5 minutes. Go to the so we now are not again. So the people got neatly written what I given in your book, yeah? Take that also. Both things will be good now. This is what you will take for consideration. What I need to use pencils we have done now. Everything I've done has possibility on it. You also take down whatever I've done earlier. There's an entire poem speech that I've done and tenses, the charting on it. You got the resource books?
अभी क्या फाइल अभी तक नहीं आया
दो तीन देखिए अबे वो कौन बोलता है